The fact is, Starscream, despite your treachery, I've allowed you to carry on this long because I took a certain delight in following your string of failures. But you finally become tiresome, predictable. You've hit rock bottom.
This is most definitely rock frickin' bottom. Welcome everybody to a Streamteam video response. We haven't done this in quite a while, but this has been brought to my attention, and we're gonna do it. All right, please welcome the White Dragon.
Damn it. I need to get a new one of those. Yeah. Transformers, we're back at it again. Not much else to say except for hold your butt cheeks, kids. We're on for a possibly good one. I haven't watched this video myself yet.
Alrighty. Alright, and we have one more guest in the back room. Please welcome the Holy Ninja.
Funny enough, I actually just finished watching the video.
Wow. How bad are we talking?
It's pretty, in my opinion, pretty decent. He doesn't come across as like an arrogant douchebag. So
he's not insane.
It's not completely insane. You'll definitely disagree with his opinions, but it's not awful.
It's too bad I wasn't able to finish the movie because you told me like, oh, we're starting in 20 minutes. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't even get the chance to watch the movie yet.
I only
the
seen
same as everything else.
You know how much I've seen of Extinction? Up until Prime transformed the first time, I was bored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Human stuff has always been terrible.
Yeah, Tarek broke as soon as he realized we had only been 30 minutes in and the plot hadn't started going yet.
I have many questions. I'm only 22 minutes into the movie and I already have a bunch of questions. Well, maybe a couple. More so, why the fuck are the humans betraying the Autobots? And their reasoning is, I guess, from the other they're America. They're the enemies of the America, and they shouldn't be here because something. And I think the other Transformer, whatever the fuck his name is,
Lockdown,
says that he has to clean up their messes because these two factions keep fighting, but this whole war on Earth has started before the Decepticons and Autobots were a thing, like in that movie too. What was it, The Fallen?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that scene was before Autobots and the Decepticons were. Yeah, that was before that was even a thing. I'm a bit lost on. It doesn't make much sense, the reasoning for this, other than we need to have a new plot for the movie.
And then we have to deal with Marky Mark being obsessed with his daughter's vagina for the entirety of the movie.
He's a lolicon confirmed.
Yeah, legit. It's just he is just saying you cannot date ever because I don't want you to get pregnant. And it's just like, if you don't want her to get pregnant and you aren't terribly religious about it, put her on the pill. Do you realize how easy that is? Teach her about protection. If that's your problem, that's pretty easily solved since you don't have any moral compunctions about it. You just don't want her to drop out of school and have the experiences you did. So
the human stuff is, yeah, just like I said, it's just kill it on fire.
Yeah.
Isn't
only
that
good-
most of the problems with the Transformers movies?
I would say in the first movie, the only good human stuff was like the military dudes.
Yeah.
After that, it's like the Sam Witwicky stuff can just die in a fire like 30 times over.
Yeah, the masturbation conversation alone was just cringe.
They get around there a lot, especially in the first, when they introduced the sidekick to the main guy. It gets up that energy. That
Or when
that signature Michael Bay fucking frat boy humor, just want to die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're about to say something?
Yeah. I was just going to say that he has perfected the art of making unlikable characters that are just annoying and utterly just awful people. Like Sam Witwicky is a terrible, selfish layabout douchebag who has no redeeming qualities.
I know I've been preparing myself because I hear people. I think something he might bring up is the whole Optimus Prime killing humans thing. I feel like that's something he might bring up because I think I saw a comment while passing by the video.
Yeah, that bit with this is basically as bad of a character assassination as Jake Skywalker in a lot of ways for Optimus Prime.
I would say this. So the video will bring up, and I sort of agree, at least it's clearly more of an alternate version of Optimus Prime. As opposed to... Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing with Transformers, is that they tend to make different versions, and they do some tweaking to make each Optimus Prime different, and this is more of the more drastic changes
because it's the same character from like the first three movies, and he's been consistent with his other interpretations up until this point where he's like, he just kills people now.
Really? War crime? Wait, like third one, executing Megatron in cold blood.
I forgot about that bit.
Yeah, and his obsession with ripping faces off.
Yeah, through the last had a good, and 3 was where he really got so whole, and
I guess
then he goes down psychopath.
Skids will be here in a minute.
Please welcome Mr. Skid. Come on. Do the flip.
Could we possibly make any more noise? I guess so.
Okay, now it works. For a second there, things were a little weird. Okay, but I think it's all good now. How you doing, boys?
Yeah,
we're watching Batman kill people.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Right, let's get started.
A lot has been said about the Transformers film franchise over the past 14 years since the original made its debut in theaters. While they helped bring the overall franchise back into the public conscience when its popularity had been waning in the early 2000s, many believed them to be a blight on the brand and a poor representation of the characters so many hold dear.
Yep.
Oftentimes, people debate which film is the worst among them rather than the best. As of the 5 films that Michael Bay directed, the first is usually considered to be the best overall package. While I love the first live-action Transformers film and credit with selling me on the franchise, I don't actually think it's the best. What's sure to be a
So less
controversial stance,
insulting.
my favorite and vote for personal best of the franchise is the fourth outing, 2014's Transformers franchise Extinction.
What?
I know to many this sounds like a ludicrous statement, so in this video I'm going to be laying down my reasons for why I favor this film over any of the other blockbuster robot movies that Bay directed during his time at the helm of the franchise. I'm also going to say for posterity that as of now I consider 2018's Bumblebee to be a reboot without any story ties to the Bayverse continuity, so it's not going to be in the running for ranked lists when it comes to the other live-action films. So let's not beat around the bush and dive into why I think this movie is better than most people give it credit for. If you watched my video on Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides a few months ago, then some of these points I'm going to make are going to sound familiar. Now, Age of Extinction is not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination, and I'll get into its many faults
very
later. But for now, I want to focus on the things it does right. Like Pirates, I think it does a lot of things right when it comes to its main plot and its duties as a soft reboot. The film starts off 5 years after Dark of the Moon ended, and the effects from that movie are still being felt in the film's world. After the Decepticon invasion of Chicago, the world has become more and more wary of Cybertronians, and the human Autobot joint military unit Nest has remained disbanded despite their heroic actions in Chicago.
Which is stupid.
A CIA-backed military force known as Cemetery
we
Woods
pause?
focuses on hunting down the remaining Decepticons, but that's only
Can we
their...
pause? It's like
Yeah.
it's like having like it's like hating the French Resistance after World War II or something. Like the members of the French. It's like something along those lines.
Yeah, or it'd be like.
What do you mean?
let's
They're
say-
French.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The French. They're always the French is the worst.
Yeah,
The
that'd be
only
like if-
French, the only good French are French fries.
And that's not even French.
Farm frites, get your farm frites.
Yeah, that'd be like if, let's say, after the Revolutionary War, the United States just disbanded its military because people is hating them for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Then we would have like no protection.
Yeah. Yeah. Something that describes my feelings about this.
Oh, you're looking for a clip?
You talking? I'm just looking for.
You found it?
We
found
two
it.
can do, you and me and you. Buck yourself up, don't look so sad. In my master plan,
This is
you
dumb!
won't tell me I'm...
It can't be for real! It can't be! No movie could possibly be this stupid! It has to be a dream sequence, or...
Butterflies and...
What the hell am I even looking at?
Nostalgia Critic does have some high quality memes.
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Fucking Nest being disbanded. Ugh. And then I'm wondering if the movie even addresses why they even. I wonder if they give out a more reasonable explanation of why they just betrayed the Autobots for some reason.
They don't.
Because I was trying to rewatch the movie, but Dunn kind of dropped the "we're going to start live in 20 minutes." I'm like, oh fuck! So I scrambled to try to watch as many parts of the movie I can, but
Yeah, maybe we could watch it together. I did one time make a review, but I ended up deleting it. So hey, who knows? Maybe I could do a more thorough, like, deep dive into it one day.
yeah, it sounds like a pain.
Yeah.
Especially if someone like Replicate gets involved, and then the whole fucking debate starts all over again. Anyways,
yeah,
let's continue the video before we ramble on into the moon.
Yeah, we can talk about Replica later.
Nah, we're good.
Yeah,
Done.
done. Start.
End.
Oh, we're dead. I think Replica's gotten to done. He got
He's
mad. He got mad at what we were saying about him last night, so he's getting his revenge.
He gaslit Dunn into thinking he was shit. He just left.
I would say this at least. This is not coming across as like, oh yeah, it's this. At least he's trying to make an argument about why he likes this movie better than the other, and at least it's definitely a clarification that it's more of a it seems
Yeah.
more like a subjective thing.
Yeah. Ooh, that actually reminds me. We should probably watch Filmento's video on Transformers 3 one day.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? What is that about?
Filmento loves Transformers 3.
Yeah, he says how
You
to
remember
build
that?
an
Disgusting.
epic blockbuster, film perfection.
Disgusting. Killing a fire. That actually seems like a more worthwhile video than this one, probably. But I guess what Mr. Ninja is saying.
Well,
Yeah.
you're definitely going to disagree with his
So remaining
points,
Autobots
but it's not going to be.
go into hiding and they
It's
become
not going to come
separated.
across like a jerk.
Leading the Cemetery Wind operations is Harold Attinger, who has teamed up with businessman Joshua Joyce to create an army of human-made Transformers. In order to accomplish this, they both agree to assist the intergalactic bounty hunter Lockdown to capture Optimus Prime. In return, he'll give them a device that can create raw metal by cyberforming organic material and serve as a seed for the beginning of a robotic society. The opening of the movie sets the stakes really well, giving us a look at a post-Chicago War Earth and the effect it's had on humanity overall. Like in Pirates 4, the continuing story feels natural and lines up with what's come before, even adding some interesting bits of lore to the story that in no way gets out of hand in the next
How
movie.
is this natural?
While the new additions to the world feel natural and a good continuation, the first third of the film has a much different feel than the previous 3 movies that came before, helping to give it its own identity. The first 2/3 of the film really subvert the Transformers movie formula, keeping the film smaller scale for the most part.
Yeah.
While the MacGuffin of the movie is introduced in the opening moments of the film like previous installments, it's largely forgotten about and doesn't really become important again until the third act. In some ways, the MacGuffin in this film feels like an excuse to bring our characters together and formulate character development rather than create action scenes.
Character development.
Now it does that too, but there's something refreshing about the all-important...
That is nonsense.
No, remember how great the first third of the film was done? So great that Tarek wanted to leave 25 minutes in. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah, I never actually. That was the one.
Yeah.
I think that was the one Transformer movie I didn't watch with you guys.
Yeah, we watched. Well, we suffered through 5 together, which is probably one of the worst written blockbusters.
Oh God.
Made.
No, I had this like Rise of Skywalker levels of.
It's honestly probably even worse. Honestly,
It's just
I
as
would actually
breakneck.
disagree.
Oh really?
I I enjoyed my experience laughing at the absurdity of Transformers 5. Like then again, I didn't like do like a marathon of all the Bay films. Like I've seen 30 minutes of 4. I only seen 1 as a kid, and I only seen 5 recently. So I'm not like dealing with like fatigue out.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big Transformers fan, and so I kind of probably just have more negative viewpoint on these movies than you.
He's a trans lover. Wow.
Well, I like Transformers as a franchise, but I am not one who has like watched every single one of them. And plus, my favorite era of Transformers is Unicron Trilogy, so nowhere in the tone of these movies or much Transformers media. So.
Character development in Bay films.
What's like one character that has an arc in any Transformers film?
Hot Rod from the very first one.
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod's not until the 5th one.
No, from the 80s.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
I'm talking about the Michael Bay movies. We're talking about Michael Bay here. Like in the 5 Transformers movies, who has like an arc?
No, let's not talk about that. Oh God, because all my friends and people I talk to on Discord, they're having a battle with a bunch of lolicons and then this guy right here. Did you guys like the part of the movie where it took 2 minutes to explain why someone can legally date a minor?
He gets to that, and he agrees that it's cringe.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest shit in the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oh my god. I can't believe that got for the censors. Like that it was okay for children to see that. Like
Done.
It's Hollywood.
Mr. Space Junk wants to watch the Avatar live action movie.
you mean the last M Night Shyamalan Last Airbender movie?
I'm pretty sure that's what he meant.
No, I'm not.
I never really watched Last Airbender, even the TV show, so it's like way out of my league. So let's continue.
Yeah, Vaughn. Yeah, there's a video that's trying to defend Transformers 4. Claims it's better than you think.
Alright. He's just doing a synopsis of the plot, essentially, at this moment. We'll see if he gets into more details.
Yeah, we still got 17 more minutes of video.
Well, yeah.
He
does. He does. He's just doing a bit more, explaining a bit more on the plot and how it's better than, not in terms of consistency, how a lot of his arguments is more about this one is different than how this one does things differently from the previous ones.
Yeah, it subverts your expectations.
Well, it's not even at this point, would it be okay just like when you make like 4 continuous movies, right? When you make like they just go, okay, let's just do things differently.
Yeah. No, Vaughn, no, just stop Replica, but you're probably not too far off base.
I swear to God,
No,
it's like
this is not like Replica is a bit more arrogant. This does not come out across as arrogant.
I feel like ever since I introduced him to everybody, he's been living rent free in everybody's head.
Well, that's because you invite him to your podcast, and you've had like the debates with him. He's basically become the boogeyman of like this server, like this community.
I regret inviting him to Dunn server.
Like, remember that podcast you had with him on like your channel, where he tried to argue that like slavery wasn't as bad as like history tries to make it out to be. That's all just like leftist propaganda.
Dunn, are you there?
Dunn, are you alive? Dunn, did Replica kill you? Did Replica
Again?
kill you?
No, I bet he's going to the bathroom.
Oh, he's trying to run away from the stream without actually seem like he's running away.
Yeah, like maybe he's having to vomit because the thought of Replica just makes him so sick. He's like,
I don't know.
Yeah, Trip, it is my fault in the sense.
Like compared to other videos, that does this does better than other ones. It's not as
well. We're only 3 minutes in. You gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah, well, I've seen this, so I actually seen this before the stream. It doesn't come across. It's not so much. It does what a good in terms of technicals. It does what a good persuasive essay tries to do. You'll definitely disagree with it, but it tries to be
like
more,
he tries. Basically, you're saying that
he actually tries and not insult the people who disagree.
Yeah.
He actually tries to make arguments.
So basically, he's not trying to be Replica and gaslight you.
No, like he won't go in. There are some things he won't go into detail as much, but more the main points that he wants to go into detail in, he does. Like it's mostly he spent a good portion on Optimus Prime because that's a point of contention, and he does a good portion of Mark Wahlberg's character, and he does go over the thing he doesn't like, which is Card Guy.
Card Guy?
Hey, you're back.
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh yeah, the Romeo and oh gosh.
Yeah, he does go over there and talks about how cringy it is. So
thank you.
Like,
He's
why
not insane.
Oh God. I would want to see his defenses for the whole Optimus Prime thing. And it's like, if you're not going to do the character right, then why do him at all? And the whole argument of, oh, it's just a different interpretation. Like, dude, they just make your own character or have your own. I mean, I'm pretty sure that in the expanded material, there's like another type, or just make your own like temporary leader character who isn't all there.
Yeah, it's basically like the issue. Like, it's kind of like DCU Superman. Just because different interpretation is the excuse of not being Superman.
I mean, because that's a fundamental characteristic of like Superman is like not killing. Or was that more of a Batman thing?
Well, Superman is a little bit of both. Though Superman does sometimes kind of kill, but it's only like when he absolutely believes he needs to. Like in the case of like Darkseid or something, kind of like how the Justice League.
Well, it also depends on era of comics, like because the Golden Age exists, and the Golden Age Superman is not what we think of Superman. They evolved that. But essentially, Superman. The thing about Superman, he pulls his punches, with few exceptions, and Darkseid's one of them. He doesn't go all out.
Yeah, like even somebody like Metallo or Atomic Skull, he will not unleash everything he has. But Darkseid is on a superhuman level that allows him to take any punch that Superman can throw at him.
Yeah, like I was about to bring that up, like how he's kind of like that to Darkseid, like the Justice League animated series, like where he believes he needs to like take down Darkseid once and for all to prevent him from doing anything else. Yeah.
Anyway, that's funny.
That is true.
Yeah.
Straight up murders Kelsey Grammer's character. Yeah, I love how his name is Attinger, but we just call him Kelsey Grammer because they don't really actually have characters in these movies. They
and also, hey, Genghis.
Yes.
Genghis is a friend of mine who is a huge Transformers fan.
Why are you Yeah, big old replica.
Yeah. Let's keep watching. Let's keep going.
Object taking a backseat to the characters for once in these movies as compared to something like Revenge of the Fallen that has no less than 3 separate MacGuffins. So while by the end of the movie it ends up being a little more like what we're used to, the first 2 acts being more of an on-the-run story helps things feel fresh while we get acquainted with our new characters. And speaking of characters, it's time to talk about our leads, which is one of the controversial parts of this movie and what makes my claim this is arguably the best one of the 5 a little dubious. For our lead main character, we have Mark Wahlberg as Cade Yeager, an inventor from Texas. Yeah, I agree. That's a little weird, too. I know he's probably not exactly the right person for this role. Someone like Mark Ruffalo probably would have been better if he hadn't been busy with Marvel movies at the time. But for what it's worth, I think Cade Yeager works for the most part in this movie. Now, The Last Night is a totally different story, and we'll discuss that another time. But I happen to like Wahlberg in this movie for the most part. While it may sometimes be a little hard to reconcile the obvious Boston accent with a guy who's supposed to be in the middle of Texas, I think he pulls off the overprotective father yet absent-minded professor vibe he's supposed to come off as. He gets a little aggressive at times, but that's something that's probably to be expected in a Michael Bay film.
I think the best description for Marky Mark in this movie is a failed quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, like I think I saw a couple of scenes where she like, God damn it. That's why I needed to watch the whole movie before joining this, because I can reference certain the pieces of dialogue. But I'm pretty sure he was like when one of his coworkers said something like how his daughter was hot. He didn't even like pay any mind to it. But like if that was like a real father, that guy would have been fucking through a wall.
No, I think he did get mad at the guy for saying it.
Like, quit talking to my daughter.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole movie is Marky Mark saying, "Hey, quit looking at my daughter."
Is this the boyfriend?
Most of the movie is him with the horny bat.
Yeah.
Was it the boyfriend or his coworker? Because I was talking about the coworker guy, not her boyfriend.
What's his name? Okay, what was that? Okay, who's the actor's name who played the coworker?
What do I know?
T.J. Miller.
T.J. Miller. It's like T.J. Miller, like the guy who like dies like by the end, like the 3rd act. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, T.J. Miller.
Yeah. Yeah, that was him.
Is that the guy who?
Yeah.
He's the guy who choked a lady in college.
No, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of like, was he the director of Deadpool? First Deadpool?
No, he was. That's a different guy, but he was in Deadpool.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was like the. Oh yeah, he was Deadpool's friend, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Film, and it usually only happens when he's trying to defend his family, which is an important factor to his character.
Uh,
Cade loves his daughter Tessa a lot and wants the best for her, but can't often provide that. So when something happens outside of his control to disrupt what he envisions should be the perfect life for his daughter, he gets somewhat understandably upset. Threatening physical violence upon some poor randos being shown his property when the bank forecloses on it might be a little much, but I don't know. I feel like as time has gone on, maybe it's become a little more realistic. Who hasn't wasted the occasional few minutes watching a Karen compilation video on YouTube? Moving on to Tessa, she's not the worst.
I haven't.
I think Nicole
No,
Peltz
you're
does a
wrong.
good job with the normal girl wants a normal
not.
life shtick and isn't anywhere near as bad as she was in Shyamalan's last Airbender movie.
Oh, that's
Hard
yeah,
work can
like, that's an achievement. That's a very impressive achievement, all right.
Yeah,
Hey,
Wait,
slightly
Nick
better.
Lopez?
The actress is slightly better than.
the worst, one of the worst movies of all time, barring only something like Freddy Got Fingered.
Yes.
So wait,
So-
are you saying that Transformers 4 is not one of the worst movies of all time?
It's one of the worst blockbuster movies. We could
I
say.
think it's pretty bad, but I would honestly put something like Freddy Got Fingered and the last Airbender movie as way worse.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at least Transformers 4 mostly has good effects, and at least has some talent behind it.
And
What the
the dialogue is not.
as bad?
Yeah, it's not as.
So,
awful.
Done is what you're saying is I should watch. I should force you to watch that with me then.
The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
You should probably at least watch the show first. Like you should probably at least watch the.
I actually would disagree. I don't think you need to watch the show in order to get why it's bad. Why
Yeah.
the movie
Yeah,
is
like-
bad on its
Rip.
own. As
Okay,
it-
hold on,
That's my point. Like, if the
Yeah,
movie's bad
that's
on
very
its
much-
own, it's gonna be worse if it is an adaptation.
Okay, done. I'm gonna have to stop everybody. Trip. The Room is a masterpiece. I don't want anybody here talking shit about my favorite room.
Yeah, as well as the old brain movies like Fateful Findings. Like we do not talk trash about those. Movies,
Okay,
all
Space
right?
Junk, you can go to hell with that movie.
What?
Oh, The Max Magician and the Legend of the Rings is worse. Yeah, it is. That is probably worse than The Room.
This is the reason why I tried to stick with a more tier list in terms of movies. Like this movie's a F tier, C tier movie because it's so hard. As soon as you get into the weeds, okay, which movie's worse? It's like, ew.
Okay, guys, I have one movie. Axum, like it's a movie. It's some like movie horror movie. From what I've seen like videos on it, it has to be perhaps the worst movie I think that's ever been made. Like unironically, like I probably need to show that to you. It's only like an hour. It's only like 70 minutes long. But you'll get what I mean.
Make Tessa annoying is when she's with her boyfriend, Shane, played by Jack Rayner. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about Shane. He's a badly written character. And I, of course, have to mention the Romeo and Juliet law scene. I'm sure if you're familiar with this movie, then you've seen it mentioned 100 times already, so I'll be quick. But yeah, it's bad. Easily one of the worst scenes in the entire franchise. The fact that this scene even exists as an insult to the medium of film in general.
Yeah.
Whose idea was it to include it? Not to mention when Shane pulls out the card with the law written on it, the statute he recites and the statute number on the card are totally different.
Statute 2705-3.
Wow, I never noticed that. What the hell?
Okay, this is the actor was not more than 3 years older than the victim at the time of the offense, was not required under Chapter 2 of the Code of Criminal Procedure to arrest you for a life as a sex offender. B is under 62 as a reportable conviction or adjustment note for an offense under the thing, or the victim was a child of 14 years or younger. B and B was not a person whom the actor was prevented from marry or purporting to marry with a is reported the lake. Sorry, I don't know most of these.
Yeah, like honestly, this is probably like this movie's equivalent to like something like the Jolly Rancher or Martha scene from Batman v Superman.
I think this is worse, actually.
Yeah, this is probably worse.
I honestly think this is way worse. Like, it's basically a no, don't talk about that scene.
Look, hey, at least he's saying that this is terrible. It's not like you're trying to defend it.
That's something, but I just like, why did you feel the need to put this in your movie? You are not breaking the stereotype that everybody thinks that everybody in Hollywood is a grooming asshole.
You're just enforcing it.
By putting this in the movie.
I would be more comfortable if we moved on.
Okay, all the more reason to keep talking about it. But
no.
Oh, okay. Save Martha. Is this worse than Save Martha?
Yeah.
Save Martha is more stupid, but this is like weirdly disturbing. Like this is
it tells you more. It makes you actually agree with Marky Mark more. It's like this guy should not be with my daughter.
It also is kind of like, why did you have this happen? They could have just been the same age and nothing would have changed. Why do you have to make it so that he's 20 and she's 17?
I guess they probably thought it was funny, or maybe that probably just proves Michael Bay has some issues.
Yeah, because Michael Bay is nuts. He is a sociopath.
Hey, maybe that's why Replica likes to defend him.
Well, they don't even need to be legal adults. Just have them be teenagers.
Just kidding.
It's just have them both be teenagers.
Yeah, you can just have the stereotypical teenage.
I need to go to my safe space now.
Yeah,
or they're legal adults. Just have it so that the whole reason, it's just the standard. The father doesn't like the man who's his daughter is dating.
Yeah, that would have been so much simpler. Agreed.
And save runtime.
Yeah.
And also, why wasn't it taken out of the editing room? This definitely feels like one of those moments where an editor or producer says, cut out that scene.
Well, and cut out most of this movie. This whole freaking movie is nearly 3 hours long.
Hey, Trip, to answer your question, it took place in Texas. Like, this scene is in Texas.
Oh, my ex is living McDonald's.
And he was tired, locked in it, and he just gave up and did whatever. That's really weird.
Yeah.
That's freaking weird.
Well, the problem is this movie's for making too much money somehow. Like,
which
it
is
made
so
enough to make
annoying.
a sequel.
Anyway,
Texas.
the video. Yay. Please have mercy.
Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah. Oh, age of consent in Texas.
Oh, we're actually doing this?
17, apparently.
Oh, God.
That's actually higher than other states.
Which is even weirder, which is kind of weird for the very simple fact that because she's 17, she's going to prom.
Yeah, he was supposed to. Her dad was supposed to go with him. I remember that.
The shop, which is creepy. It is freaking creepy.
So Shane is already an alpha character by being included in the scene, but he's also a tale of two characters, as he spends half the movie being an annoying jerk and the other half being a whimpering coward that wants to impress Cade so he can keep dating Tessa. There is, however, an easy way to fix him, which the film unfortunately didn't do. He can have both the jerk and cowardly characteristics if part of his character was that he only acted tough around Tessa. I even think this is maybe what the film was trying to go for, as there's a few moments that are obviously supposed to be funny at Shane's expense, but just come off as aggravating. For instance, the infiltration of the night ship. The scene begins with Shane being rude to Cade, but then the moment they get inside, he does nothing but whine and complain. This concludes at the end of the sequence when they find Tessa and she thanks Shane for saving her, even though Cade was the one who did all the work. This is obviously supposed to be funny, but it's not. It's just annoying. If while they were in the night ship, Cade and Shane had a conversation about his fluctuating attitudes and Shane admitted that he puts up a tough front because he's scared, then the two could have a bonding moment, and it would help recontextualize his earlier behavior in the movie. Instead, he stays an unlikable jerk throughout the entire thing and somehow manages to earn Cade's respect. While I think I understand what the movie was trying to go for, it unfortunately failed in that regard. But where the movie fails with Shane, it succeeds with Joshua Joyce, played by Stanley Tucci.
No.
Joshua starts out the film as an arrogant Steve Jobs type.
No. His argument is so rushed. Like, it just happens like the 11th hour.
Yeah. Chastity point. They didn't even use the definition. Yeah, because because here's the thing. She's clearly reacting very badly to her dad's crazy inhibitions against certain behaviors, shall we say. And she clearly hates him. She can't stand him. She wants to get away from him.
I hate you.
Yeah. It's called No Sex Pre-Marriage. That's what it is. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Moving on.
Anyway, let's keep going.
That cares only about his own glory and lining his pocketbook. As it goes on, he becomes more and more concerned with how his supposed creation is behaving, and after a call from Cade, reminding him of his small-time roots, he decides to hesitate on his deal with Cemetery Wind and do the right thing. And boy, oh boy, is he a blast to watch. More than anyone, Stanley Tucci seems to be having a blast on the set and is hamming it up for the cameras. Once he makes that turn from antagonist to reluctant hero, he almost becomes the heart of the film, and I can't get enough of him.
Like a tactical move.
I can't believe this is really happening. A man, me, who's worth over $20 billion, is now being chased by CIA assassins. That's the truth. And in the middle of a robot uprising. And I'm carrying what is in essence a tactical nuke. The great thing is, the great thing is that
this is also cringe more than anything else.
And speaking of fun, we've got new Autobots to talk about. While Ratchet and Leadfoot both return from previous installments, they're unfortunately brutally killed off. With few Autobots remaining, those that are left seem to be those that are a little rough around the edges. John Goodman voices Hound, reinventing the classic G1 character into a boisterous commando with a heart of gold but an itchy trigger finger.
No, he's
While he can easily be compared to Iron Hydra.
I know nothing about. I don't remember.
You're fucking wrong. You're so fucking wrong. You're wrong. You're lying.
No.
You see,
go for it.
You've seen the TV show, so you're probably more familiar.
I'm actually not familiar with Hound. I'm just going off of the fact that I'm just like, Heart of Gold BS. That's my stance on the whole matter. Like, Hound's a psycho. Hound is psychotic.
They all are.
Yes, okay. Swoop is not as bad as the others.
Swoop?
Well, not Swoop. Goldface Kent Watanabe bot. Drift, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's that one. Well, there's a couple movies like that. Like there's like one movie like like I'm gonna kill him.
He's becoming a robot.
Kids, your internet is cutting out.
What?
Where you're roboting hard. Sabotage.
He is becoming one with the Force.
See how that works.
I just Hound is
just take the cartridge. Just take the cartridge out, blow on it, and put it back in. That seems to work for me.
The first 3 films, Hound outclasses him in every way, spitting out one-liners left and right and mowing down his foes as he does so.
Stay behind me. I'm covering you. If I stop covering you, it means I'm dead. But that ain't gonna happen. Take that. I'm a wicked warrior robot. I'm like a fat ballerina.
Oh my god. There's something like wrong with you, Mr. Bay? Are you? Well, no, it's actually not. Well, Aaron Kruger sucks, but he also kind of has like when he's reined in by other people, he's not as bad. Like with Brothers Grimm, he's not. It's not the worst writing I've ever seen. It's not a bad movie. Top Gun Maverick, best movie of last year, bar none. The Transformers movies and the Scream movies that he was involved in, by all accounts, really, really, really bad. And it's just this kind of dialogue is why I just freaking hate this. No, I'm fine with Hound. I just think in this movie he sucks.
Well, yeah, I would say this. In terms of the live action Transformers cast, specifically in the Bay films, I kind of like the 4 and 5, like that crew, better than the other ones. There's definitely more. I like the aesthetic a lot better, and a lot more personalities. Of course, the film did not explore those personalities much at all.
Other than Hot Rod is French.
But and that's why he's the worst, because Hot Rod is cringe.
Same.
Oh no, Skid. Oh no, Skid's guy, you're roboting again.
Rest in peace. Oh wait, I think it might sound better then.
Oh really?
Okay.
There we go.
Okay.
There you go.
It's not very consistent.
Like,
no.
You know what?
Let's speed run now. Commit speed run.
Scalps and slit throats. Got your fortune cooking?
Oh my gosh.
Ow, my brain.
I got your fortune cookie right here. I'm like, the casual racism admittedly is a little bit funny, mostly because it's surprising, but it's just, you kind of forget how bad these movies are.
I'm going to enjoy watching these later today.
Crosshairs is next, voiced by veteran voice actor John DiMaggio. Being more of a renegade out for himself by all appearances, when push comes to shove, he ultimately charges into battle when ordered thanks to his fanboy allegiance to Optimus Prime.
You just want to die for the guy. That's leadership. Or brainwashing or something.
And finally, Ken Watanabe.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
okay, I just switched my Wi-Fi on a hotspot. Does it sound better now?
It doesn't seem like funny enough. Like, based on what I heard about Age of Extinction, it's a film that funny enough, has a huge runtime, but doesn't really explore a lot of the stuff that they could have.
It's so long, and it's full of stupid filler and lots of really, really bad jokes. It's an awful comedy, first and foremost.
Done. Pull up Skid's second to last comment.
Space junk?
Yeah. Second to last.
Yeah, the Japanese bot.
Second
I would
to
say
last.
it's a little bit racist.
Above, I said second to last. There you go.
Yeah.
He's afraid his current Vietnamese internet connection is something better. Well, I was just like, Well, he does have a gold face, and he dresses like a samurai, and it's kind of just like, I'm like, that's kind of just racist in the same way that old Disney was racist. So it's like, this is just kind of stupid, open, and a little bit insensitive, but it's fine.
Could be worse.
I don't care. It could be the twins. Yeah.
Yeah,
The twins are way worse.
Well, Drift has always had this. I think he's always had this samurai get up, so I think that's fine.
Yeah, I guess you could make the argument that it's more stereotypical than outright racist. I think that the weird part is the thing that kind of makes it a little bit racist is the literal gold face on him.
Yeah, like this one, this Drift. This is the most samurai that Drift. The most. I'm not sure. It's this or Robots in Disguise 2015 series that he is the most samurai looking.
Yeah, it's not as samurai. He's a little bit less like that in like the comics, like the IDW stuff.
Yeah, he's a bit more like a regular bot, but there is some samurai motif.
And he still keeps the gold face in the sequel.
Yeah. Is Weebot good at math?
He actually
no.
doesn't. He actually doesn't look like a samurai in that movie. At least, or maybe that's a different one. Yeah, this whole thing. I'm trying to find a consistent artwork, but I can't really find much. But yeah, it's Weebot math. I don't know. But yeah,
that's
Michael
racist,
Bay
has. Truck.
Yeah, it's just racist. It's just kind of racist. It's like it's racist, but in the same way as like Peter Pan, the original, is racist with his "What Makes the Red Man Red" song. I'm just saying, yeah, that song's kind of funny, but it is pretty racist.
A samurai-inspired Autobot that has his own set of issues, preaching peace but being quick to use his giant swords to slice up anything in his way. Well, what else can you expect from a former Decepticon?
We must be quick. We have the element of surprise. Let's try to use violence as a last resort. Get it! I kill you! Kill you!
Yeah, hate those things.
Oh, even his voice.
Bumblebee.
Yep, even his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see where
and
you
not
get
to mention,
that whole
did they
racist
ever
thing from.
state that Drift used to be a Decepticon?
That is never mentioned in the movie. No.
Yeah, that's only like that in the comics. I think he used to be a Decepticon.
I'm not sure if this is his first actual. I'm not sure if he showed up in the comics before this movie or this is his sort of introduction.
Yeah, I think he was in the comics before this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think they ever state in the movies that he ever used to be a Decepticon.
I used to be a deceptive little cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's shameful display. Yeah.
Failure.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's like the twins. You can't argue that this is definitively racist. This is racist. Just full stop. It's racist. On second thought, I can see where the racist argument. Yeah, it's it's talking like a stereotype.
Because originally it's like when I looked at him, like, I mean, it seems a little far fetched, the whole racism thing. But once you started to talk about Yellowface, I'm like, maybe. And then as soon as I heard his voice, I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's racist.
Yeah, it's like it's like it's not necessarily that we can condemn him on a moral level for the racism. It's just factually this is racist. That is true. That one's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That is one of the worst miscastings of all time. John Hanks.
Like, Wait, what movie was that in?
John Wayne. There's a movie about Genghis Khan where John Wayne played Genghis Khan.
Oh,
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
God damn it.
It's in the movie The Conqueror in 1956. He played Genghis Khan, which is like
Stephen Hay.
Bumblebee, of course, returns, but without a voice, he's still not much of a character, which leads us to the real heart and soul of the movie, Optimus Prime.
Oh,
no!
This is real.
Patrick, explain.
And then we fall off a cliff into the void.
No.
Fuck.
No. You can't make.
I beg your pardon?
Oh my, you're going nuts.
I'm just like, no. I was like,
No.
It's like, no. Optimus Prime is psychotic. Yeah, join us or die. Yeah, that's accurate. Yeah.
At least it's not IDW Optimus.
True. I don't
This
even
is
know
the
what that
crux
is,
of
but I assume it's worse.
my argument.
He
why
becomes
I love
he becomes a colonialist.
Wow.
I'm
Of
not
this movie
even
so
kidding. He
much.
claimed Earth as
It only
part
took
of
them
the
4 tries.
Autobot Empire.
Wait, what did he say?
Wait, he did? I don't.
No, what did he say? We'll go back on the video a bit.
along my argument, not much of a character, which leads us to the real heart and soul of the movie, Optimus Prime. This is the crux of my argument and why I love this movie so much. It only took them 4 tries, but at long last, the Transformers character is one of the leads in a Transformers movie. Amongst fans, this has been a long-standing complaint with the series. With this first movie, having the robots play second fiddle to humans made sense, as it was a way to introduce the concept and characters to audiences by using Shia LaBeouf and others as an audience surrogate. In Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon, however, the robots continue to have minimal impact on the plot while the humans do most of the work. Optimus is dead for most of Revenge of the Fallen, and instead of him, we're subjected to Wheelie, Mudflap, and Skids as our primary robot character.
If you're gonna show those things on screen, I just have
Fuck
to
you,
say,
fuck you, 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 fuck you.
at least he agrees that they suck, and these are legit racist caricatures. Like this is pretty racist. Let's just be clear. This is racist. The people who scream that certain other things are racist when they're not, please just get a gauge of what is racist and what is not. This is clearly racist. We will agree with you on this. Other things, you'll have to prove it. Yeah, Marky Mark is the lead. Red and blue? I don't know. Reasons. Yeah, Optimus is not the lead character. Yeah, that is a lie. That is
Since Bumblebee
untrue.
still can't talk, and both returning and new Autobots are reduced to the sidelines. Dark of the Moon fares a little bit better, but not by much, as while Optimus is back, his screen time is still fairly small, given what's going on, and the humans do most of the investigating. Instead of really helping out directly, the Autobots mostly serve as chauffeurs as Sam and Agent Simmons investigate their Cold War conspiracies. Even during the Battle of Chicago, the Autobots tend to disappear for minutes on end as we get stuff like the admittedly cool scene of the driller tearing down a building, with the humans inside. So at long last, in Age of Extinction, the Autobots are properly involved in the main action and have just as much to do as the humans. Certain characters like Bumblebee tend to randomly disappear for a bit so they can show up and save the day like usual, but at this point, you kind of know what you're getting into with a Bay action sequence. And even more the center of the action is Optimus Prime himself, who actually gets a character arc in this one. Now, I know for a fact...
No.
Hold on. Continue.
This is another one of the controversial points for me to make, but I adore Optimus in this movie. Yes, he's not your classic G1 Optimus Prime, despite still being voiced by Peter Cullen, but I'd argue that as early as movie 2, we've known this isn't the same Optimus. While out of context, it might seem a little strange for a childhood icon like Optimus Prime to be ripping off faces and executing wounded foes, but Bayverse Optimus is a different version of the character, plain and simple, and that's okay in my book. I know that a lot of purists don't agree with me on this, and I respect that, but whether or not you agree with a certain interpretation of a character and how they're handled, it doesn't forever tarnish it. Not to wade into you-know-what territory, but Optimus is
wait.
Just hold that. No, continue. Just watch. Listen.
Only one version of it. Optimus Prime is a Batman, where there's lots of different versions of him existing simultaneously, and in most cases, what one version does usually doesn't have too much of an effect on what the other does. G1 Optimus is different from Movie Optimus, who is different from Armada Optimus, who is different from Beast Wars Optimus, who is different from Animated Optimus, who is different from Prime Optimus. They may all be different versions of the same character, and some of them might even be voiced by the same guy, but they're all free to grow and change in their own ways. And that's a good thing, isn't it? Without the ability to differentiate, the character as a whole can unfortunately remain stagnant and not change overall. Because while they might all be separate, each new version can then pick and choose the best attributes from each prior version moving forward and hopefully avoid some writing mistakes that previous versions make. I don't really see anyone complaining about the fact that Shattered Glass Optimus is evil. If your argument is, well, of course no one complains because that's an intentionally different version of the character, then what's wrong with writing Optimus a little differently in the movies? Optimus losing his faith in humanity in Age of Extinction doesn't affect my view of G1 Optimus or Animated Optimus at all because they're different versions. I think it's great that one of the feature films wanted to take a risk on such a popular character considering how many people go to watch
Oh, he's doing the field
If anything,
thing.
I would expect they would have never tried doing something like this and instead would have strived to stick to G1 Optimus' personality as closely as possible so they could maintain their popular family-friendly character image. Debate on whether or not you think he was actually written well, but you have to give them at least props for trying something, right? The same can be said for the Netflix War for Cybertron trilogy. Overall, the writing in that show was pretty subpar, but I at least give them points for trying something with Optimus and his relationship with Megatron in the show.
Oh man, even Cengiz is mad. Whoa.
I like how he.
Okay,
like
so so Cengiz is a huge Transformers fan, and he can give his opinions on the movies himself. But you don't. He doesn't get mad as much with people's opinions.
So
It's okay if it's a different interpretation until it goes to the level of Jake Skywalker. I'm like, what? Like, isn't that the whole complaint? Isn't the whole complaint?
You finish and I'll go.
Okay, isn't the whole complaint that he's literally just not Optimus Prime? Because that's the same thing as Luke Skywalker. He's not Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
so.
I think his point is because Luke in The Last Jedi is still in the same continuity as the original trilogy, while Bayformers Optimus is just simply an adaptation. It's that argument.
Yeah. So I can, to a certain extent, agree. I am okay with Optimus being different. That's fine. The problem that I have is that they have assassinated their own character as he exists in the original movies. In the first two movies, he's regular. He is a hero. He is a just solid good guy character. He doesn't have PTSD. And then in in 3, he's nuts. He's a little bit nuts. And then in 4, he's straight up a psycho. Psycho who's likely going to collect Decepticon ears once the battle's over.
Yeah, not to mention that would be like defending the Paramount Halo show's Master Chief by saying,
"Shut up."
It's just a different version, guys. It doesn't matter.
I don't mind when they do different takes on characters, especially when you make characters like Optimus Prime or like comic book characters. You just have to keep certain aspects of the character, and it's all about execution. And what I see at the Bay films is that generally the problem is the execution. They're trying to do like a more darker take on Transformers franchise in general, and it's a failed execution.
Which is weird because the movies aren't that dark. They're also filled with really, really bad comedy that really conflicts with the dark tone that they seem to be going for. And that's really frustrating.
One thing I would like to also remind when he's talking about different interpretations of Optimus Prime, what's the one of the most consistent factors out of all of those primes?
He doesn't kill people, and he is pretty much an aspirational hero.
Let's not talk about the War for Cybertron's video games.
Well, it's not that he doesn't kill. Obviously, he's in their war. He kills when he needs to. It's just that he doesn't like kill like cold blood. And he's not like a psychopathic murderer.
He doesn't commit war crimes.
He's not clearly riddled with PTSD. And yes, that is the line in Dark of the Moon. We will kill all of them.
I will say this is that a lot of the Primus of Optimus characters in Age of Extinction, Dark of the Moon, like this one does not have Optimus committing a war crime, killing a prisoner.
Yeah.
So it's like
he does shoot a guy.
Optimus being a little bit loopy in this one.
Oh, you know what would have been interesting? Actually, more interesting. Have you seen the deleted original ending for movie 3?
I have heard of it. Yeah, where it's a bit more. He come across a bit more heroic and not as a war criminal.
Well, done. Just to tell you, he doesn't. Well, in the original idea, it wasn't. He didn't even kill Megatron. Like it was, I think it was supposed to be just a send off to the series. Like they were supposed to have end the war, and then Megatron goes back to Cybertron, and Connor just resets the civilization.
Yeah, I actually have a moment. I'm going to send the link to you. It's actually a YouTube short discussing a moment Peter Cullen did not like in the Transformers movies as Optimus.
One second, just let me bring in Codex really quick.
High on the scales of justice, conductor of the choir of death, sing, brother, sing.
One question: how can someone like this film?
Ow, my ears.
Sorry,
you're a little loud.
Simple, subjective.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, better.
Subjective stuff.
Yeah, like he likes how they portrayed Optimus Prime in this movie.
Are you fucking kidding me? He's a fucking psycho in this.
Yeah, he's clearly riddled with PTSD.
Space Jump, stop it.
And they never ever address it. Yeah,
okay, so I would say the script. Even though I have not finished Age of Extinction, that version of Galadriel in that script is worse than this.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yes.
And yes, I would say the 70s version is even worse than Rings of Power Galadriel, and she's awful.
Yeah. I think that I would actually be interested to watch the Borman script adapted into some kind of visual medium, because it would be completely insane and also hilarious. Wait, you remember that bit, like how Galadriel and Frodo have sex?
Yeah.
What?
And also,
no more.
also, and here's the thing:
Don't remind me.
Write it, you make it as serious as possible. You don't treat it as like a comedy. You treat it seriously, because you need to highlight how bonkers it is. If you try to make it into more of a comedy bit, people will think, "Oh, this is intentionally bad."
Oh yeah, Travin, we went through. It took us 16 hours to finish that movie script, since we were going, what is going on here? Like
Aragorn and Eowyn. Aragorn stealing Eowyn. Oh, that bit.
Yeah, that was really bad.
The Army of the Dead are maids and butlers.
What?
They also put Pippin in a jester outfit for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, they made Sauron punch for some reason.
The orcs are bird people.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, I think so. Here's the funny thing. So, Tolkien at one point, when dealing with an adaptation, was he was responding to the creator he was trying to give orcs feathers, and he says no, they're supposed to be more like the Mongols.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Tolkien actually said the bit more like Mongols in terms of culture and stuff, because he was thinking more in terms of the medieval mindset that the Mongols were the worst.
Well, you can just read it. You can just watch us read it, and you get weird stuff. You get so many freaking.
The Gondorian treadmill gate.
Or the Lembas bread that turns into Galadriel's cum.
What the? Okay,
Yes!
you know, I usually don't say this, but what the fuck?
Yes, it's literally insanity. Like, we read it before Rings of Power comes out, and I said it then, and my opinion still stands. It's worse than Rings of Power.
It's definitely dumber than Rings of Power, and it's more of a bad comedy.
Oh my
God. Or have a Punch. Sauron as Punch.
Yeah, that bit was bad. Yeah. That was incredibly bad.
Saruman as a drag queen.
That was bad. Yeah. You can't be serious. No,
unfortunately. When was this written?
This was written
in the 70s. 70s. It like the Borman script, like, so if Rings of Power, as much as it does a lot of things that goes against Tolkien's wishes, is at least an attempt to be Tolkien-esque. The Borman script is taking Tolkien's idea and using it as toilet paper.
Yeah, I agree. At least the Borman script was funny.
Well, yeah, it's funny because of how ridiculous it is. While Rings of Power is like, yeah, you did a horrible job of trying to copy Tolkien.
Yeah, legit. It is one of the most surprisingly awful things I've ever watched.
You've ever read? Oh my god.
Ever read? Yeah. Mom, I don't feel safe anymore. Yeah, no, deadly serious. There is a moment where Mary takes a bite of Lembas bread and he says, Galadriel. So, yeah, like that's something that happens because Lembas bread apparently becomes whatever taste you can think of.
No.
Yeah, Willow was worse than.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I agree with that trip. Yeah.
Good thing I don't watch crap as much.
Mm-hmm.
They had some good ideas.
Yeah, let's move on.
And by the way, the War for Cybertron trilogy and Primor is worse than the Bay films.
Wow.
It's just that none of them were really properly executed.
It's boring, and Optimus is a complete moron. Like a moron who's also whipped.
Wow, that's sickening.
Argued for Age of Extinction. While Optimus losing his faith in humanity certainly isn't on brand for a traditional Optimus Prime, it made sense for the Bayverse Optimus considering the 3 movies that came before. Not only is Optimus losing faith in humanity well set up, but visually the movie goes through a lot to remind you that this isn't your typical Optimus Prime. He starts out the film broken and beaten in a dusty flat-nosed truck to symbolize the departure his character has taken from his G1 roots. When he upgrades to his new form at the end of the first act, his new look is drastically different from almost any Optimus that has come before. You can see that they took some design inspiration from Prime, but overall it's completely new and different. While I myself am not a big fan of this look for Optimus, it still does a good job reminding you that this isn't your typical Optimus Prime.
I'm okay with it.
It doesn't look like, you know, but you want for a Transformer. But as a design, it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah. It's like
Autobots. I have sworn to never kill humans. Big mistake. But when I find out who's behind this, he's going to die.
And
character
Yeah,
died.
it isn't having a case, mate. It really isn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a thing. Yeah.
Oh boy, I feel like I want to just throw this whole thing into the fucking dumpster right now.
Yeah.
When the G1 film done?
Look, at least for, as I keep on saying, at least it's not arrogant. It's just,
it's an impassioned defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like, you could definitely disagree, but he does seem like a guy, like, yeah, you could disagree with him, but you could still have a nice time at the bar.
No more trip.
Galadriel Autobot. We talking Rings of Power Galadriel, or we talking Borman Galadriel?
We're playing
Both are awful.
the video. We're playing the video.
They slaughtered Ratchet! I'm gonna tear them apart!
Are a little much, even for me. Optimus is fascinating to watch as the Autobots and humans plan their infiltration of ASI. And what follows is easily one of the best scenes of
Oreo bot. Oh my god.
Yeah, the product.
The product place.
And also, they're committing assault on police officers.
Yeah.
Man,
Have you guys seen Shazam 2? That movie has one of the most ridiculous cases of one of the most ridiculous cases of product placement I've seen.
Is it Skittles?
Yeah.
I've heard about that. I've heard about that. It's like a taste the rainbow crap in the middle of the movie. I just heard about it. I was just like, I'm done with DC. DC sucks now. I'm not interested. Fascinating. It's fascinating to see. Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Yeah.
Good old character
Extinction is Peter Cullen's best performance as the character.
Hey! No. His best performance, bar none, is Transformers Prime.
Yes.
That sounds like vomit inducer.
Space junk, go shit yourself in the fucking space or something.
Hey! Hey! Stop! That's company property!
They're not your property.
I think he's just playing the clip at the
They
scenes,
were
though.
my friends.
It's like the whole. It's to play the whole bit. So where he talks up with the with Joshua,
which is so dumb.
So
hey, I ate Oreos. Hey, you know what the saddest thing ever might have done? I still have the Game of Thrones Oreo fucking case for season 8.
That
what?
is a little depressing.
That was a thing.
Yes. Yeah, they had a Oreos like a little you know the Oreo cases where you buy the cookies and they have the regular one. They had a Game of Thrones one.
That is
Jesus Christ. Is that bad as the Kit Kat one for Rings of Power?
Kit Kat one was worse.
Wait, they had a Kit Kat that brings up power?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, either way.
You're talking so much now, you got Hound in front of you, huh?
Go ahead. Show us your true colors once and for all.
Just give me the word. I'll splatter him.
Why don't you tell Itchy Fingers here that this is all the spoils of war? Dead metal.
Copyright claimed.
Innovation. What we do.
I'm surprised this guy did copyright.
Yeah, this is literally a scene.
Yeah.
It's literally the whole bit. So.
Yeah, it's just weird that he didn't get claimed for this or like blocked, considering how bad Paramount are when it comes to that.
Well,
this video's already on. This is on YouTube, so I'm pretty sure we're fine.
Yeah, it's just weird. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is weird copyright. Yeah.
Here is science, because if we don't do it, somebody else will. Because you cannot stop technology.
We're not your technology. Let me vaporize his ass.
I broke the code. I own your whole genome.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
Look at his face. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, Optimus kind of looks weird in his frame. Like, look at his face.
I got it.
The world will know what you're doing here.
The world will approve. We can make you now. Don't you get it? We don't need you anymore.
That was cruel.
I forgot how lazy the dialogue was in this movie.
Yeah. So we can make you, therefore we're gonna kill you all. Like, what the fuck? I'm still lost. Just not any particular reason why they just betrayed the Audiobots. The Audiobots, god damn it.
Audiobot.
Again, how is it that an 80s toy commercial had better dialogue than this?
The Audiobots versus the Cryptocons. There we go.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
What even is this world building? You assume this is world building in this?
Yeah, this
What
has
is
world
that?
building.
There's world building in this series?
I thought the Star Wars prequels killed that.
What even is this world building?
Well, the prequels heavily damaged it, but the Star Wars sequels killed it. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I can agree with
I
that.
got Death Star.
Autobots, we're done.
Cullen's delivery.
What's so great about that scene?
Optimus's pain is done so well, and the writing of the scene is filled with lots of little subtleties that make it impossible to discard this movie as just another loud summer blockbuster.
What?
What?
Just because of one quote unquote good scene.
It's so bad.
Yeah, you're right, Devin. Trevor. It's as subtle as Superman doing the Jesus pose in the Snyder movies. We need to be more blatant.
You people have no imagination.
Accurate.
Yeah.
While some of Optimus's more anger-filled lines seem to indicate he's going to go on a murderous rampage, he's still Optimus Prime at Spark. Despite finding one of those responsible for hunting down his friends and killing them and being a more violent version of the character overall, he's not a sociopath like people like to joke about online.
Citation?
I disagree with that. I very much disagree with that.
Actually, the funny thing is about this, doesn't he kind of force Grimlock and the Dinobots to fight for the Autobots in the end of the film?
Vaughn. Oh, that was a good one, Vaughn. That was a great reference.
Hebel subtleties.
No, that was amazing.
I'm just like, no, he is a psychopath.
Yeah.
He's pretty bad. He comes off as a guy who's going to collect to collect Decepticon ears once the battle's finished. And it honestly makes even less sense that he chickens out of killing Joshua. Yeah, citation needed.
Yes. Yes.
I doubt this very heavily.
Again, the 80s films had a problem, but
it's
had
not
better
like
dialogue than-
this.
Yeah.
80s film was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. Also, how did I kill Optimus? And on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Orson Welles. He's badass as always.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
Which is funny that it's his final role, and I'm pretty sure he just phoned it in.
No, he did. He did. That's the funny thing.
So, man, I wonder how it would have been like if he put all of his effort into it.
Well, he was kind of that kind of person that even his laziest effort was his better effort. In the better efforts.
Yeah. Well,
despite being a different,
he's amazing.
Yeah, Orson Welles is a really impressive actor. He's really good at his job.
You exaggerate.
enacted version of Optimus Prime, he is still Optimus Prime and doesn't kill just for the fun of it, or even for revenge. He kills to stop more killing, such as when he finished off both Megatron and Sentinel at the end of Dark of the Moon. Killing Joshua would not stop him. So Optimus...
That is bull.
Can you replay that again? Done. Replay that again?
No.
Is still Optimus Prime and doesn't kill just for the fun of it, or even for revenge. He kills to stop more killing, such as when he finished off both Megatron and Sentinel at the end of Dark of the Moon. Killing Joshua would not have stopped anything, and so Optimus decided to cut his losses and leave with the Autobots that he had left. He even stops Howland from blasting him, and when he does kill a human during the final fight, he doesn't do it out of revenge. He does it to save Cade's life.
Oh.
That was dumb.
Yeah. And the whole point of him storming the thing was to take revenge. What? He literally played the whole clip.
When I fought, I swore to kill no humans. But when I find out who did this, they're going to die.
Yeah.
It's like, that is an inherent contradiction in terms.
Yeah.
What's even proofreading anymore? Or, like, reviewing your video?
Or proofreading your frickin' movie.
I mean, let's be honest. If we don't have videos like this, we wouldn't have anything to do.
This is also true.
Yes.
Though thankfully, there aren't any more Game of Thrones Season 8 defenders.
Oh, that is depressing. But also good at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look here.
I don't even think Optimus knew exactly who Attinger was, except bad guy about to kill my friend. So he acted and saved his life, the same way he would have taken out a Decepticon. Now, would G1 or animated Optimus have done this? Probably not, but they're also from universes that are, let's say, less intense than the Babers. So it's not as easy to do a one-to-one comparison. I doubt a human villain like Professor Princess is going to kill anyone. But
Have you seen G1 Transformers? Because I'm pretty sure they do some pretty brutal stuff in those.
Hell, the G1 movie would... Sorry, go on.
I mean, like Transformer violence, and at least in the movie last time I checked, was fucking brutal at points.
Yeah.
And
the G1 movie was... Sorry, go on.
Hell, I mean, even I'm pretty sure Optimus could have disarmed that guy without outright killing him. But if his goal is just not to kill the guy, I'm pretty sure he could just blow the guy's arm off, if anything.
Maybe he could have just shot close to him, and the shockwave would just knock the guy out, like some sort of AoE effect.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah, even the G1 film was incredibly brutal. Yeah, it was incredibly bloodlust, yeah.
Yeah. Do not kill humans, even if they are evil. Yep, that is accurate.
Yeah.
Plus, anything else in this movie is when Cade and Optimus talk on their way to China. Cade delivers the perfect line to not only sum up the situation, but the movie as a whole.
What? This just kind of comes off the Aaron Kruger making the effort to describe the soul as a comparison to the spark is the same as Voldemort talking about the merits of laughter or love. It rings hollow as crap.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the movie never builds up to this.
Nope. Never.
It does not, no.
Nope. It comes off as remarkably hollow.
Just like my
Is
soul.
Age of Extinction perfect? Far from it. It's too long and has a couple annoying characters. Some of the characters that aren't annoying aren't always the best written, and it clearly made some very controversial choices, but I love it all the same. Because amongst the junk, of which there is plenty, there's still treasure to be found. And I think Optimus Prime's story arc is the crown jewel sitting at the very top. I'm not even done. There's still plenty to talk about. For instance, Lockdown. Lockdown is by far the best villain out of all 5 movies. Megatron...
He's not the worst.
He's like the least
It's
bad.
not. Yeah, it's not inaccurate, but
I still prefer the Megatron from the first movie because he was just a fucking unit in that movie.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
When he came on the screen, it was like game over, man.
Game over, man.
Game over.
Game over.
Indeed.
Just fucking shits on everybody.
Like it's like the one. It's like the only time Megatron's decent in these movies.
Yeah, Lockdown's fine. He's not awful.
He's a bounty hunter.
For instance,
yeah, he's bounty hunter guy. Yeah.
I mean, his musical theme is pretty good.
I'm thinking about like if Megatron was in this movie and he had to fight Lockdown, Lockdown would just get fucking punked.
You probably would, yeah.
Like sit your fucking little ass down. Go sit in your corner, you little shit. Like a fucking daycare. Just put a little hat on him. Just put him in a little quarter. All right.
Lockdown. Lockdown is by far the best villain out of all 5 movies. Megatron is continually undermined by being made a servant to someone, either obviously or retroactively in most of his appearances. The Fallen doesn't get much screen time to be really an effective villain, and while Sentinel Prime is good, he's got nothing on Lockdown. And I'll save the load of nonsense that is Quintessa for another day. Lockdown is probably one of the best characters in live-action films, mainly because there's not too much different about him compared to his original counterpart from animated. And I know I just went on about how changing Prime's character is a good thing and we should embrace that kind of change, but Optimus has been a character for far longer than Lockdown has, so it's nice that they are able to give a relatively new character the spotlight he deserved. While unfortunately not voiced by Lance Henriksen, Mark Ryan does a great job as Lockdown, providing a fantastically threatening aura to the mercenary. Lockdown being a bounty hunter also gives him a unique angle compared to prior and future villains in the films. While he is working for someone else similar to Megatron in the movies 1 through 3 and 5, for him it's just a job. He might feel threatened by his employers, the mysterious creators, but he doesn't feel duty-bound to serve them out of loyalty. He's in it for the cash, and the fact that he obviously has some sort of gripe with Optimus and the group of knights he was a part of helps. The fact that Lockdown dislikes both factions of Autobots and Decepticons helps him stand out, and his general...
into this film.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's never explained why he has a grudge with them.
Yeah, it's kind of like was like a Steppenwolf just in like the Psycho Justice League.
Yeah,
like how like he tells us that how he did something wrong to get exiled, but it never really elaborates on it. It's basically like what would happen like in that last Airbender. Like they never explain why Zuko was banished from the Fire Nation. It'll be kind of like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't care attitude he has throughout the film just makes him stand out as cool. If Boba Fett had a transforming car, you know it would be Lockdown. A lot of the action is also fun and different compared to most Transformers films. Aside from some bombing runs, there's never been a whole lot of aerial combat in the films, and so Age of Extinction dedicates an entire sequence to this as Crosshairs, Bumblebee, and the humans attempt to escape from the night ship. The battle in Hong Kong is also by far my favorite final set piece in the franchise. Between Hounds spitting off one-liners and the epic Dinobot charge followed by Lockdown's giant magnet, there's a lot of fun to be had. I also think the Dinobots are really cool, and don't think it's a con that they weren't really utilized much in this film. Now, the next movie is another story, but they get their big moment at the end of this one, and it's pretty cool. Steve Jablonski's score is also really good, but, that's not...
That's very subjective.
Lockdown's theme is great, the Dinobot charge track is an all-time favorite, and most of the music is just really memorable and hummable to me in general. In all honesty, I could probably go on and on about this film for a long time, but some of the things I do love about this movie are some of the things that I hate about The Last Night. So if I'm going to talk about that movie, it needs more time dedicated to it in its own video, along with another 5th movie that came out in the summer of 2017. So until next time.
Wow, 2017 was a bad year.
Yeah.
Last
Jedi came out that year too.
Oh, don't remind me.
Yeah, that was a bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really bad year. Fucking the White Hunt happened that year too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what else came out in 2017.
Just shit.
Really good.
Battlefront 2? Or is it
Marvel movies were at least good that year, like Spider-Man: Homecoming.
The video games.
Ragnarok.
A lot of great video games came out that year.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel movies were good that year, like Spider-Man: Homecoming, Guardian 2, and Thor: Ragnarok. So, at least.
I disagree about Ragnarok. I didn't like it as much. But
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
The original Justice League came out 2017 too. That was bad.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, that one was bad.
Better than the Snyder one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's better than Snyder Cut. That's not much saying much though.
Yeah, it's like a micro, just a micro tad.
It's micro crap.
Yeah,
as opposed
just
to
like just a millimeter essentially.
What? What else came out 2017? Oh god.
Your mom.
Yeah,
Get wrecked.
Did The Martian come out in
2017.
2017?
Yes, it did. That was a good one.
Yeah,
it was a good
yeah.
one.
I thought I've only seen it once, but I remember that movie being good.
Yeah, the Martian is great. That is a great movie.
Yep, but
Add that to the
for
list.
the most part, movies were pretty bad in 2017. Outside maybe some of the Marvel movies came out that year, as well as of course The Martian. And yeah, Vaughn says right.
Oh yeah, Justice League came out in that year, didn't it?
Yeah. Justice League 17 was 2 hours of bad. Zack Snyder's was 4 hours of bad. That I can definitely agree with.
You know, I still got half of I still have like half a recording of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Me, Potato, and Replica, and a couple others were watching it. We're all shitting on it.
Yeah.
And the only reason people say that Zack Snyder's Justice League is good just has to go along with the narrative. I think that's the only reason why.
I think people were mostly because it's like it was the first time a movie had been re-released in that fashion.
Yeah, plus not to mention Wonder Woman 84 just came out a few months earlier, so it's not like the public perception of DC movies was at all-time low at that point.
This is true. It was pretty panned at that point.
Yes.
People really did not like that movie.
Yeah.
I was mid.
Yeah, it was
So it was
fine.
something.
Fine.
At least he tried to argue.
He tried. He didn't succeed, but he tried.
I need to find like an actual asshole video so I can maybe do something with it. Because this video, I'll just feel like a dickhead if I do something with it. That's why I want to try to.
I prefer somebody who actually tried to make a video, and I say, "Oh, I totally disagree with you because of this and this point," other than dealing with an asshole video.
Yeah.
But those ones are funny because I get to be an asshole too. And I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Like DW Terminator.
Alrighty. Well, that was decently quick. It was faster than any Maggie video we could have ever gotten through.
Yeah.
That's not saying much, is it?
No, it's not. Which reminds me, we
Don't
need to
even-
do one of Maggie's
No!
videos.
Oh,
Die in
When's
the hole.
time?
Hey, Dud, I got
It's
an
been a
idea.
while since I consumed actual cringe videos.
Hey, Dud, I got an idea how to end the stream. Play the Aaron Kruger sucks clip.
Oh, which one? I have a bunch.
All of them. Just play them all.
Okay.
Fire everything. Oh wait.
Okay.
Shit over it. Well, fuck you. People don't talk like this, and people don't act like this. Not everyone in the world is obnoxious as you see them through your lens of bullshit.
Yeah.
Completely out of the blue because I guess he has mental problems. Somebody needs to track down a fairy and have that fairy wave a magic wand and turn this movie into an actual person so that I can kick its fucking ass.
What an ass.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about the plot because there isn't one, so there's nothing to talk about. I am just so tired of these goddamn movies. It just needs to stop. I'm sick of the ridiculous, hopeless, pathetic attempts at humor.
He's not wrong.
It's time to stop.
This is the worst writer in America.
It's probably true.
I think that Rafe Judkins is a little bit worse, and David Goyer is pretty bad as well.
Oh, yeah.
I would say David Gory's worse.
Yeah, David Goyer took actually good material and made it worse.
Like David Goyer is the guy who tries to make something more meaningful, but he fails at telling it because his own personal viewpoints of what's serious, and also it comes off his tendency to focus so much on theme or like another mood without actual good characterization.
Also Noble then.
That doesn't even make any sense, you fucking hack. Fuck you. Stop writing. You're not good at it. I wish I could punch you in the fucking face.
Let's see you trying, mate.
Ow, my ears. Definitely got to turn the volume down on those things.
Yeah, mostly. It's in reference to Mr. Bay. It's in reference to Mr. Bay and Mr. Aaron Kruger.
I know, but still.
Well, I honestly would love Matthew to try assaulting Aaron Kruger. That'd be hilarious. Since Confused Matthew is an idiot, but I respect him more than I respect. Well, I don't know, since Confused Matthew liked Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
and not to mention, he thinks Iron Man 3 is a masterpiece.
Ooh.
Sorry, what was that? Sorry?
Confused Matthew thinks Iron Man 3 is a masterpiece. He says that it's not one of his favorite movies, but it's close to being one of his favorites.
Yeah.
This is beyond a piss me the fuck off movie. This is a if this movie was a person, I would assault it movie.
Huh.
I love that. Yeah, the clips are. Yeah, these are some of my favorite clips. I really enjoy using those clips, and they're actually pretty applicable to a lot of movies. Like the humor clip is really accurate to most Marvel movies.
Yeah, especially nowadays.
Alrighty. I think that we're gonna call it good. Though I do want to thank people like Travis Armstrong, Von Lustra, Space Junk for sticking around this long. I do have to say though, I think the funniest thing from this chat, from the chat at least that I think was the funniest, where was it? I think this one's my favorite comment of the stream, where it's just like, okay, on second thought, I can see where the racism argument comes. I was like, it's like stereotypical and not right racist, and then just immediately on second thought, I can see where it comes from. But yeah, that is my favorite comment of the videos. It was pretty funny. Alrighty. Well, we might try doing this again. I'll dig up some bad videos that I've been thinking about covering.
Yeah, this is fun. Yeah, this was fun.
Alrighty. And I think we'll end up on this.
First one was a movie. The second one was an atrocity. The third one, go fuck yourself. If I ever see you